Oh no, everyone. This is it. The trees are burning, buildings are falling, people are dying. No matter where you look, there's chaos everywhere. Dread fills your heart. This is the moment. You can feel it. The world is ending! Or is it? I beg to differ. You see, life is filled with ups and downs. It can't just be good or just be bad. If that was the case, it wouldn't really be life. Alia Ray has gone through some tough times. With the loss of her husband and the rising amount of distrust in authorities due to police brutality, it's difficult to just smile through the struggle. That's why she decided to help those who are suffering. Being the CEO of the South Carolina-based nonprofit Serve and Connect, she decided to take a step forward and open up Greg's Groceries. Greg's Groceries is an initiative to help those who suffer from a lack of sufficient food. And that's not just it either. The people who will be handing out these groceries are none other than fellow police officers in the area. The idea is, if that police officers were given more opportunities to meet with citizens one-on-one, people would be able to gain their trust. Now, this is not an easy task, but Greg's Groceries is a brilliant start to something even greater for the benefits of America and the entire world. Alia Ray said in an article reported by Good Morning America, "I believe that we could find a way to move forward, to make a difference, for us all to create healing and positive change." The most current event held by Greg's Groceries as of October 2022 involved packing non-perishable groceries for the community. The event also involved providing the community with resources to battle common struggles such as housing and substance abuse. Alia Ray says, "Food insecurity is a huge issue all across our country, and that's very true here in South Carolina." And she's not wrong. In the state of South Carolina, where this initiative began, approximately 1 out of every 10 people suffer from a lack of food. That's like walking into one of your high school classes with 2 or 3 people not being able to eat a proper meal. The truth is, people suffer every day, but we often fail to recognize the struggles of others. But what does this mean? Should we just sit back and grieve for the happiness and hope that has left our lives? Actually, there's no need to do that. And even if you do, it won't change much. Hope is still here. There are still good things. There are things to be happy about. And if hope is not there, one must learn to find it. The story of Alia Ray is inspiring, not just because she was able to make such a beneficial change in her community, but because of why she was able to do so. It's easy to think positive when everything goes according to plan, but when times get rough and it seems to be you against the whole world, there just seems to be no point. That is why she was able to make it this far. She was able to find hope when it was not directly in front of her, and due to that hope, she was able to make happiness for herself and those around her. Tough times are not here for us to just suffer through them. They're here for us to push through. This is exactly the idea Neil Pasricha, I believe is how you pronounce his name, proposes in his TED Talk about the 3 A's of awesome. Struggles are real, and I'm not telling you to just sit down and be grateful despite the pain you've gone through, but I do suggest you look at the bright side. There are things to be happy about. Surprising, right? Do you remember the times you've put on fresh clothes right out of the laundry? Or when you were the first to get called up to take food at a buffet? Well, Neil Pasricha does a great job of reminding you of those moments with his exceptional TED Talk. After losing some of the most important people in his life, he was hurting with no end. But then suddenly a magical fairy came and solved his problems. Right? No. Completely wrong. The person that came to help him was none other than himself. He changed the way he viewed his life, and he did that using the 3 A's of awesome. But what are the 3 A's of awesome? Attitude. Having a positive mindset is key to being happy. If you have a job interview next week, you have one of 2 options. Either sit there and worry, fun, I know. Or wait for it to happen and just try to research until the day comes. Awareness. Find out weather we have right here. Cliché, but true. The weather is only nice when you recognize it. If you sit inside and get no chance to experience and feel the winds, it doesn't make sense for you to be happy about it. Unless you're a very empathetic person, which is another amazing form of awareness. Authenticity. I'd say the most difficult one, especially with how society is. It's not easy to be someone else, and it's even harder to be yourself in front of others. What will they say? Will I look odd? But why does that matter if it isn't even true in the first place? Are you really going to quit your favorite hobby of cooking just because judgmental people will say you're not manly? Are you going to stop computer programming because the misogynistic relative says it's only for boys? No, right? And if you do, will you truly be able to be happy? Dropping something that clearly means a lot to you. All three of these A's combined and mixed together along with the daily practice of it is what truly makes an amazing life. Not everyone wants and likes the same things, and there's no shame in admitting that. You don't need to force yourself to feel pain just because others are due. Do those sufferings truly want you to suffer too? If anything, they want you to find hope and help them, just like Alia Ray did. But even with all of this, if you are not able to realize the amazingness surrounding you, it will be extremely difficult to appreciate it. And so having the combination of attitude, awareness, and authenticity are truly the ingredients to making the perfect cake of life. You see this little guy here? When I first met him, he was devoid of hope. I could feel it. Look at him now. He's like a new person. Well, a new fish. But you're not the same as him. You don't always need to wait for someone to bring hope to you. You can be the person who brings hope to others.